you a first-time home buyer, or are you buying a home for the first time in the state of California? Do you want to know how you get these and what's involved with closing day? Do you need to take the day off? Do you meet a lot of people? What happens on that day? We're going to talk about it. Hi, I'm Theresa Wellman with HomeownerExperience.com, your local San Jose, California Realtor. Today we're going to talk about the expectations of closing day, what's involved, and how to be prepared so you know what to expect. So California is a little bit different than some states. There are a lot of people that relocate from other states and don't really know what goes on with closing day here compared to other areas. So I really want to discuss that to set your expectations. In California, there's really only 3 things that happen on closing day. Can you believe that? You get your keys, you celebrate with your realtor or your family, and the house is recorded in your name. That's it. It's really just a ceremony, celebratory day. So all the good stuff and all the important stuff actually happens before closing day. So let's talk about the key days before closing that you really need to be aware of. One day before closing, we make sure that all funds are in the escrow company. That includes that your loan has funded and is fully approved, and the new bank has put the money into the escrow company for your home purchase. It also means your down payment and closing costs are also in the escrow company. So in order to make those happen, there's obviously preparation steps that need to happen even sooner than that. So 2 to 5 days before closing day, you need to send the wire or get a cashier's check over to the title company for the remaining down payment. You also need to sign off on those loan documents because banks here in California have you sign off on those official loan documents several days before, and they receive a copy back before they send the loan funds to the escrow company. So there's a little bit of delay and a little bit of timing there that you need 2-3 days in order for that to happen. So put that in your mind that you will need to take some time off, meet a notary or go to a title company to make sure that that loan document sign off happens several days before the closing day. And one tip here is I really recommend you at least plan to put your final down payment and closing funds, your cash to close, into escrow. Try to plan to do it the 3rd day before closing. And the reason I say that is because it really has to be done on that 2nd day before closing, because the day before closing, it must be there, right? And sometimes a wire will be sent after the deadline, pretty common here in California because wiring is done on Eastern Standard Time. So if you don't get it off by say 1 p.m., then it doesn't hit till the next day. But what if there's a mistake? What if there's a glitch? I've definitely run into banks where they require secondary approval and they need to catch you on the phone and it delays it even further. We don't want that to mess up your closing day, so plan on 3 days before close of escrow, either picking up a physical cashier's check and taking it to the title company yourself, or sending out the wire that day. Now, the last really important step that must happen in that 2 to 5 day window before closing escrow is your final walkthrough or your verification of property condition. Now, this is where you go in as a buyer and verify that the sellers maintain the property, everything looks the same as when you wrote the contract, and there's no major, or if you've negotiated repairs, that those repairs have done. And you don't want to see any major damage from the seller moving or things like that. This is your opportunity to make sure all of those items are addressed and remedied before you close escrow. So you want to make sure you're doing that ideally 3-4 days before close of escrow, so there is time to address anything if there is anything outstanding. Now, do you have more questions about the home buying process? I would love to speak with you with more detail, but I do have a great video I'd like you to watch next. It's the 10 first-time home buyer mistakes and how to avoid them. You already got pretty good on tip number 9, so go ahead and watch that video next.